Hello everybody. Well, I'm back from my 3 weeks holiday in the very warm, hot weather that I had, 30 degrees, and I came back to between 3 and 5 degrees and I'm absolutely freezing. I've only been back about a day and a half and I haven't even gone down to the allotment yet. Not the allotment, I haven't been down there either. But I haven't been down to the greenhouse to have a little look at how things have done since I've been away, which I will do shortly and take you with me. However, I understand there has been some pretty terrible weather here in the UK. Not probably as bad in London, but it's been -6 and 7 in London. We've had some very strong winds, but not as bad storms as the rest of the country. So the plants, some of the things I've sown and left in the house haven't developed as well as I'd anticipated, but I shall show you those in a little while. Just before I went on holiday, I did buy myself one of these. And this was recommended to me by another YouTuber. And it's a wireless speaker. So over the next few weeks, I shall be giving myself a little try of using this, particularly on the allotment when it can get kind of windy. And also I bought a tripod adapter so I can put my camera now on a tripod. So I will need the wireless speaker for that. So I'm going to be practicing and you're going to be my guinea pigs to tell me if it's improved the videos at all. I'm not very technical, so I'm a bit perturbed by using it. But anyway, it'll be good fun. But in the meantime, I'm going to take you along with me, and wherever you've been while I've been on holiday, I hope that you haven't had these very, very cold, cold winter spells. Here are the onions that I sowed just before going on holiday. And you can see that they're quite, it's not an even germination on them. These are the red onions, and this germination has been really good. And I think this was because it may have been fresher seeds. These have done quite well as well, but the Walla Wallas, nothing has come up. And this has been very fragmented as well. That's very bad germination. However, having said that, these have been left in a very cold, unheated house while we've been away on holiday. So I can see that now that we're back, I can see that there are seeds beginning to germinate. So it could be that they have needed the extra warmth of the house, because I know that while we've been away, you've had some very freezy, cold -6 or 7 temperatures here. So I'm not going to worry too much. The Zebrun, again, you can see these are the shallots. There are many coming up, even though it's not an even germination again. But I'm just going to leave them and let them do their own thing. But the red onions, these margaritas, are they? Magnet? I can't quite see what the variety is. I'm actually going to either put these under some grow lights or take them out and make some space in the greenhouse, because now they need it to be cool but more light. So I'm going to pop them in there. And the leeks, again, you can see that they are beginning to come up. So I think the germination rate in this tray will improve now that we're back and got the heating on. So you can see that they are coming up. So I shall leave those. And for the brassicas that I popped in, the cabbages have done well, and I'm going to pop those up. The cauliflowers have been very erratic and are very leggy, as are the kalettes, very leggy, but I shall pick up or prick out and pot up what I can. But I have noticed that, again, I don't know whether you can see this, it's a bit blurry, isn't it, that there I can see that there is germination occurring. So I'll just leave this section and hope that a few more will germinate. But I shall now go and sort out some seed trays to pot up these cabbages and get back to you. So I've just come into the greenhouse. Oh, it is cold. I've got to get hardened to it again. But I've been really pleased. I know that these need a drink, but I just want to show you how healthy. This is a Calabrese, but the plants have survived really well and they're really, really healthy. So I'm pleased about that. They do need a drink, so I shall put some water in the tray to give them a drink. But on the whole, they have survived the very cold weather. This is some couple of cloves of elephant garlic that I had left over, and I just popped them in this pot to grow, and I'm not even sure what they are actually. I'll have to have a little look, but all of these are the Calabrese and they're looking really good, but they need a little bit of clean up because you can see there's some dead leaves and yellowing leaves and a weed. So I shall spend a little time over the next few days to clean up these pots. The strawberries aren't doing too bad. The ones that I thought had died, look, you can see a little bit of growth there. This is why I always leave them. But I shall also give these plants a clean up as well and have a little look. There may be 1 or 2 fatalities, but on the whole, I'll get some nice strawberries from there. The onions and shallots that I popped into these cells have done nothing at all, but it's been a bit cold, so there's a little bit shooting there, but I'm not too worried. I only just popped them in here to do something with, to give them a bit of an advantage when I come to plant them out. And I did a couple of rows, or a couple of trays of broad beans, and there's been nothing, but I can just start to see that there's probably some germination beginning to happen, because there's like domes coming on the tops of the soil. There looks like something going on there. So again, I shall get this out, have a look, give them a good drink. And some of these plants that I brought in for protection have died down, so I need to trim and clean those. And the cauliflowers all year round. Again, I am so pleased. Look at that. They're great plants. And these are now ready to go out. So once I get down to the allotment, I should start prepping the area to get these out, because I need the greenhouse space as well now. But these have done really well. Again, I shall go through all of the plants, give them a little clean up, give them a good drink. But I'm really, really happy. I did think I would lose a lot of them, but clearly I haven't. And I planted up a load of daffodils as well, and you can see these are starting to come out, and we have a plant sale, so I'll be selling these to raise money for the work we do with the food bank, but they're actually beginning to come up now. The greenhouse does need a very good clean up and clear out, which I shall be starting now the weather well, now that I'm back from holidays. So a lot to do, but overall I'm really, really pleased at how well everything has done. Not the big shock that I thought it was going to be. So this is the seed tray filled with multi-purpose compost, and I've made some nice deep big holes because I want to bury the seedlings quite deep. And I found, actually I was given this dibber. which does this job perfectly for me. And it makes nice large holes ready for planting up. So I showed you a little earlier the seed tray of the cabbages that I'm going to pot up. And as I've noticed, as I've come and got a bit closer, I can see that there are still some seeds germinating in here. So I'm going to try and pop these up without disturbing the top as least as possible, to allow these a few extra seedlings to come up, because if I can get a few more cabbages, that would be great. But I shall do this little lot first. And my tool, everybody has their own tool that they prefer to use. Hang on, I've got to get right down here. Hello. And mine is a chopstick. And I like this one particularly with this square end to it, because it's great for just putting the soil down, pressing the soil around the plants, and great for digging up. So this will be my first one. So just lightly lift them by the leaf, put it in. This helps to press them down, press the soil down, and there we are. So I'll show you that again. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just move this round a bit closer. Sorry about the wibbly wobbly. So there's some seeds coming up there. So just loosen the soil a little bit, just so that you can lift the seedling gently. There you go. Nice, good big root there. Pop it into the hole. And as I said, I like to plant these deep, so I put them right down as far as I can, and then just press the soil around. Josh, I'll do that for the whole of this, was as many of these as I've got, and then I shall give them a good drink. I will leave them in the house for probably a day or two, but I don't really want to leave them in here because it's too warm, and these seeds will get very leggy. There's enough light, but it's actually too warm for them, so I want somewhere cool. And I'm considering setting up some of my lights that I have, some grow lights, and maybe putting them either in the greenhouse or down the sideway. If I can get some space in the greenhouse, it'll probably be better there. But if I can't get rid of those plants down to the allotment before these are ready, then I'll set some up somewhere else and put these somewhere cooler, because I don't want them to get too leggy. I want a nice, slow, steady growth on them, ready to plant out in probably a month or so, a few weeks, depending on the weather. So I shall get on and do that now. So that's a whole tray of the Caraflex pointy cabbages all done now, and they're looking really good. So I should just give them a good water, and I'll just show you that there are a few left in the tray, but there are a few seeds coming up, so I'm just going to leave those. But I do need to work out what I'm going to do with these very leggy calyx, and I think I'll just show you over here. I put some, these are fig cuttings in this deep tray. I might just fill some of this up and put those calyx in there, because these are going to stay in for a while, so I might as well use up this tray. So that is probably what I shall do with those calyx. So back over with the seedlings, and I'm going to just give it a nice water. Just let them settle down, and then I will move them over to a warmish place just to settle before I take them out to the greenhouse. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, until the next time, happy sowing and growing. Bye-bye.